Rowing. It's not just another sport with stands full of spectators. It's bigger than an athlete with an oar and their shell. Rowing is a sport with a journey that is full of tradition, incredible teamwork, and discipline. For decades, Ridley College of Canada has embraced the sport of rowing. With years of records in the history books, it is considered an honor for today's Ridley rowers to wear the Ridley R on their chest. This story is about a team of dedicated students who recently demonstrated the passion and commitment to be the best athletes they could be. Their experience at Ridley College taught them to become a team of rowers, not individuals. Together, this Ridley Senior Men's Heavy 8 crew positioned themselves for success, not by winning races, but by continuously searching for the best performance. The unbreakable bond they have made as a team will last a lifetime.
My brother's been a big inspiration for why I started rowing, and he rowed at Ridley with a few schoolboy medals and went on to compete at English Henley.
My brother actually started rowing, and he rowed for high school and then university, same university that I want to go to next year. And my mom was actually on the national team in 1980, so she said, try it out, you might love it, and turns out I did, and there's no stopping from now.
I didn't really have a program at my old school. It was kind of just like a participation rowing, and I wanted something more competitive. And I heard that they just got this new coach, which was Jason, and they were trying to rebuild the program, which sounded really cool to me. So then before I knew it, I was there within like 3 days and training harder than I ever trained before.
I've had a lot of support from my family, sending me to Ridley just for grade 12. Along with my friends, they had to understand why I was leaving my school for my senior year just for rowing, so they backed me up a lot.
You have to pick a sport at Ridley, and when I came, rowing sort of sounded interesting.
Coming to Ridley, I just thought to improve my rowing skills, hopefully get a better education, but look where we are now.
Jason is an incredibly inspirational person. Every practice you go to, he just makes you want to push more and push more. And he's sacrificed so much so that we can do what we do, that you just want to work harder for him.
For me, he's been critical in developing me as an athlete.
That's one of the things that works well with our team. We have a really strong support system. Jason and the team usually try to help each other with our problems, whether it be school, social, and other things.
Our boat personality is pretty unique. We all kind of bring something to the table.
Having your 8 friends 7 hours a day together, we have breakfast together, lunch together, dinner together. It's just like you become part of a big family.
We're crazy. We like to laugh. We like to have fun, but we know when it's business time and we can get right into that racing mindset when needed.
We've had so much time over the past 2 years to get to know each other. It's like rowing with your best friends.
For most of the year, everybody looked at us like we were crazy, training twice a day. But I think now that they see what all the hard work does, they're envious of it, I think.
My teammates are like family. Like I'm with them 2 to 3 hours a day, and if you don't like them, then there's no way that a crew can do anything.
I think they're very driven and very supportive of each other.
I've never been with a bunch quite like these guys. I could honestly say they're like brothers to me.
We just love to race. When we get on that boat and we all start hauling on it together, it's pretty easy to figure out what we're here to do, and we put our heads down and just get to it.
I have 7 of the fastest guys behind me, and I'm so proud to have them all there, because I know that when it gets tough, they're going to pull for me, and I'm going to pull for them. And then we just make our way down the course, and that's that.
Nope. One cry, 2 breaths, skinny legs, push, send, and we're on now! That's 10, but I need aggression, 9, power group, 8, jump on, 7, wrestling, 6, 5, 6, 4, jump, 3, power, 2,
made it clear that what was important about this year was really changing the culture of the program and trying to just create a high performance type of program. And many of the athletes have come from different programs where the cultures have been different and the training's been different, the technique's been different. And that's all fine. But anytime you bring athletes together and you try to unify them as a crew or a team, as I said to them in the fall, I said, you know, you're here sort of trying out for this boat as individuals. You're here to row for yourself. And you think that's how it's going to stay. But in 8 or 9 months from now, you'll understand when I say you don't row for yourself anymore. You row for each other. And when you have a team or a crew that races from a place like that, where it means as much or more to them to race as hard as they can because of the guy in front of them or behind them, when you have that sort of dynamic in a crew, you've got a very powerful crew. Because ultimately the potential of that sort of energy is far more than a boatload of individuals who are there to race for themselves.
It's been 2 years of preparation. The first year was a big change from my old school, and it was a lot more commitment, but it was worth it. I really had a great time last year with my old crew, 7 of which returned. And then this new year, right when I thought that was the top that we could train at, Jason surprised us and made the workouts even more intense. And clearly it worked, it was necessary. We put the work in the winter and really stepped up our game in the spring. Now we're here, and it seems like the work we put in paid off.
Nicole, she's done a great job so far, and as a coxie, especially on this course, it's really challenging with the pillars on either side there. She really has to do a good job of steering the boat, but during the race, if she sees that we're falling apart, we're exhausted, she needs to pull us back together. She has to find the right thing to say and when to say it to make us go our fastest at that time. She has to give us technical cues and physical cues and everything she can think of to pull us together as a crew.
The good things she does are really keeping us inspired to race hard.
Having the support is probably one of the best things we have going for us. Because traveling this far and still having the great support that we do is pretty remarkable.
The administration has been really helpful in allowing us to train as hard as we can to reach our goal. And then alumni, obviously, with their support, we wouldn't be here.
Having the support of the alumni financially and just the encouragement that we've received from them, of course that's important. And it's really exciting for me to see that the alum are getting caught up in the excitement that we're generating. And it's pretty special to receive their emails and their words of encouragement, and for them to, through these young boys, relive their teenage years as young rowers for Ridley. And I think that's a really special moment for many of those athletes, is that they're able to remember what they went through by re-engaging with the Ridley rowing program.
Their hard work and determination paid off as the Ridley Senior Men's 8 placed 2nd at Stotesbury Cup Regatta, 3rd at the American Schoolboy Championships, and then set a new course record in their heat on their way to winning the Calder Cleland Memorial Trophy at the Canadian National High School Championships. Their big win at home qualified them to race just weeks later at the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup at the prestigious Henley Royal Regatta in Henley-on-Thames, England.
This will probably be my first and last time here at the Royal Henley, so this is kind of a really big deal to me.
We've qualified to come here, and our past achievements have represented Ridley as best as we could have, and I think that just by striving to do our best, we'll represent what Ridley's about.
Being here and representing Ridley after almost 30 years of Ridley not being here definitely has an impact on the way you act and the way you perceive this regatta, especially when such high officials come up to you and congratulate you for just being here, saying that it's so nice to see Ridley here again.
This event is really big. It's a worldwide event. We have been national championships, but this is the biggest event that we all have had, so we're really excited about it.
Based on how much work I've put in and the whole team has put in together, I don't think I've put put as much preparation into anything as I have into this.
Like, to have that R on your chest is pretty important and pretty special.
We have a job to do and we have our goals.
We're at the peak of the training and we're ready to see what that is.
We're just searching for our fastest race.
When you've done the amount of work that they've done and you've come through it as well as they've come through it, I think you go on in life with an approach that is different from perhaps their classmates. And that is that when you can accomplish the things that I've asked them to accomplish, there really isn't a whole hell of a lot of things that they can't do.
It's Ridley College, they are a selected crew, their blades are orange, they wear orange and black. And they're taking it into the final straight here, lifting their rate. Visibly, you can see the bows of the boat surging forward every stroke. It's about 10 strokes in it to the finish line. They're determined to enjoy this victory over the Anglican Church Grammar School of Australia. And they cross the line now.
The first race was a lot harder than I thought, actually. A part of me expected us to be first off the line, and when we weren't, we just cracked down as a crew, put our heads down, and just went to it. Nicole, our coxie, kept us focused, and we just pushed until we caught back up to them and pushed straight through them.
Right now we're really excited that we already won the first race, and we're excited to race again tomorrow and keep going with this journey.
We came off to a slow start on the first one, but I'm glad we got the slow start out of the way, and now we can focus on having more solid races. And it's going to be more exciting that the races are getting tougher, but that's what I came here to do, is race hard.
This heat of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup, it looks like a bit of an upset in store here. The Shrewsbury School, who beat Monmouth School yesterday, are on their way to beating Ridley College of Canada this afternoon. Ridley College, one of the selected crews in this event, but Shrewsbury School are clearly overturning the form book there, taking advantage of their Berkshire station, and they're moving out to a length of clear water. As they move up through the enclosures, you can be sure Shrewsbury School are going to get a really big round of applause from all the parents, old boys, other supporters. So I would expect that lead to gradually lengthen out.
It might be easy for someone to step back and look at the results of Henley this year and say that the program wasn't a success, but I look at it differently. If you look at the entire journey of these young athletes over the last 2 years, it's really quite remarkable, because when we arrived at the school, there was no high-performance rowing program whatsoever. And in 2 years, we have re-established high performance within the senior men's program. But ultimately, that's not the goal. The goal is to re-establish high performance throughout the entire program. The women, the lightweights, the juniors, all of it. And based on the excitement and the enthusiasm that we see in the athletes coming into the program today, if you were to ask any of the coaches, myself included, what does the future of Ridley Rowing look like? We would agree that it's looking very bright and that it's a good time to be a part of Ridley Rowing, because as far as I'm concerned, we're just getting started.